Hello everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my October TBR for you, which is going to feature Spookoplathon from Becca and the Books. I am very excited for this TBR. It is spooky season. I am ready to get into my reads for this month, except for I was originally going to do this over the course of the month and roll, but I thought about it again and I've been doing so well with having a set TBR this year, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm gonna be doing 5 rolls. Maybe we'll get some doubles. I'm not opposed to the doubles. I'm hoping, though, I'm gonna put it out there in the universe, I'm hoping for some chance spaces, because my chance spaces are my Apolycon TBR reads, so some of the books that are lean towards spooky or vampires, that kind of thing. I put those on my chance cards and hope that I can get some of those read during this month as well. So let's see what we get. Let's go ahead and get started with our first roll on the Spookopoly board. First roll of Spookopoly. Here we go. And doubles right off the bat. Did you see that? It flipped over at the last possible second. So we have 8. So we got a little pine cone as my little piece here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for present. And we'll be adding another roll for those doubles. Oh, they're flying. The dice are flying. Roll number 1 gave us present, but it also gave us doubles. So I will be rolling again and adding another book to my TBR. But first we have this prompt, present, which means a book you want to read right now. And for me, that one is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I actually read a middle grade story earlier this year from this author, and it was really good and really kind of cute and cozy, and I cannot wait to see what an adult romance is like from her. From the overall vibe I get from the cover and the synopsis, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this book. It sounds just really, I don't know, fun. There's literally like a little cat with wings. It looks cozy. There's a cabin, a cottage. I'm just loving the overall vibe of this book, and I'm really excited to read it. Plus, this author is going to Apolycon, so I'll hopefully love this book and be able to get it signed. We did get doubles, so rolling again. And we got a 5 and a 2, which I just hit that. So 5, 2, so that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 bonfire. For that roll again, I got bonfire, and that is to pick something that you were planning to unhaul or a book that you're interested in but you're not quite sure about. So for this one, this book was originally on a cart for a video I was going to film. I was going to film one of those, These Books Will Self-Destruct. So I was already thinking of possibly unhauling it, just not sure whether I would get along with it, or it's just been on my TBR for a really long time, so am I gonna really pick it up? I don't know. And so that is The Sacrifice Box from Martin Stewart. Originally, I was interested in this because it kind of reminded me of a play I was in called Fearful Symmetry. Mostly just the box part of it, not really the storyline. But I just also liked the tagline where it says, never come to the box alone, never open it after dark, never take back your sacrifice. So it has a very creepy cover. It sounds interesting. I am still intrigued by it when I do read the synopsis, and so this one is going on the TBR. Let's see how I get along with it. Roll 2 is another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for a chance. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. Okay. The Unmarked Witch by Miranda Lynn. The official roll number 2 gave us a chance card, which I am so excited because it's my Polycon reads. And so for this the chance card chose The Unmarked Witch by Miranda Lynn. This takes place in a magical world where witches wear their spells on their skin like tattoos, but we follow a witch who does not have any tattoos on her body, and so it's not very reflective of her power. And I want to go more into this one completely blind, so I didn't really read any further than that, but that part alone drew me in. I am very excited to see where we go. And yeah, so I'm very excited to get 2 Apolycon reads on this TBR. Roll number 3 is a 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for Spoopy. All right, so this roll gave us Spoopy, so a book that kind of has those October vibes, but isn't really like super scary or anything like that. So for that, I'm going to continue with the Bookstore Cafe mystery series. I have book 1 here, which is Death by Coffee, but I think I'm on book 4 now, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Death by Vanilla Latte. So I think this is the same series I used the last time around for this prompt. I think I got this prompt last year, and so I think I did this as well. Except for last year's was actually Death by Pumpkin Spice, which was a little more on point with the vibes, but of course a cozy mystery is very spoopy and very fun without the real scare factor. So I'm excited to continue this series with Death by Vanilla Latte by Alex Erickson. Roll number 4 is a 6 and a 2, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Highest rated. All right, roll number 4 gave us highest rated. So I went down my Goodreads. The highest rated book that I physically owned on my TBR. Steph from Literary Hype Woman, this is for you. I'll be reading Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. This is as far from the spooky season as I probably could get, but it's all for you, Steph. Highest rated on Goodreads that I physically own. We're reading Anne of Green Gables this spooky season. Roll number 5, the final roll. Let's see what we get. Ooh, almost doubles. All right, we got 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for Present. Another book that I want to read right now. Final roll gave us Present once again, so a book that I want to read right now. And for this one, I'm going with Long Live Evil from Sarah Reese Brennan. I saw this at Barnes & Noble. It was on like the very front in my store, and I had to get it just from the tagline alone of "It's time for your villain era." This is about a girl whose whole life collapses, but she has her books and she makes a magical bargain to basically go into the magical world in her favorite book, or her favorite fantasy world. And she ends up, instead of being cast as the heroine of the story, she finds out that she is the villain. And we go from there. So I am so excited to see what this book is about when we dive right into it. Also, it's purple, my favorite color. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Like, a tale for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. I mean, we all know that one of my like favorite book boyfriends is the Darkling. I still feel like that, because then they went and cast Ben Barnes, who is exactly who I wanted to play that role. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say I've ever fallen for the villain, 100%. This book is definitely for me, and I'm very excited to read it, and that I was able to get it on my Spookopoly TBR. And since we had no more doubles, that is all for the Spookoplathon portion of my TBR. And now we have to, of course, go into my Patreon pick and my book club pick. So let's go ahead and talk about those. For book club this month, my patrons in the Vanilla Latte tier and I are continuing our read of the Mistborn series, and we're continuing with The Hero of Ages Book 3 and the end of the first trilogy of the overall series. I am very excited to read this. After what happened in the Well of Ascension, how it ended, I need to know what happens, and I believe this is kind of our last journey with these particular characters in this series, so I don't know what's gonna happen. My mind was a little bit blown at the end of the Well of Ascension, and so I'm afraid of what's in store for some of our characters, but I'm also very, very excited. So this is our pick for book club for the Forget Me Not Fantasy book club this month. Last but not least, the TBR Acorn. You can get in on this. This is my Patreon pick. Any of my patrons can give me 2 numbers. They refer to a bookshelf and a book on that shelf, and that's the book that I read for the month. So let's find out which one we got this time around. Excess papers. All of those just fell on the floor, but it's fine. No, I don't want 2. I just want 1. Okay, I'm trying to... Got one. Took a minute, but I got it. Alright, let's see where this book is located. Shelf 8, book 2, and this one is going to be Servasha's pick. Alright, bookshelf 8, book 2. Here we go. Bookshelf 8 is right here. And this was a shelf we had before, and the same thing has happened again. We have book 2, which is A Cold Legacy, but this is the last book in the series, so I'll be reading book number 2 in the series instead. What are the odds that this happens twice with the same series? So I think 2 months ago now, my TBR Acorn pick gave me this book. It gave me Her Dark Curiosity, but this is book 2 in the series. So I read book 1, The Madman's Daughter, and lo and behold, same exact thing happened again. And yeah, so we are now reading book 2 in the series, which is good for me. Like, it's getting me through books, it's getting me through series, which is great. This is a trilogy, so I only have 1 book left after this. So Her Dark Curiosity by Megan Shepherd, continuing our story. I cannot wait to see how her story continues. So I'm very excited to be reading this one, and I believe we are back in London. Are we back in London? I believe we are. And this one, the first one was based off of The Island of Dr. Moreau, and this one is based off of The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So very excited about it. So that is the final book in my October TBR. Here it is, the final stack of books for October, minus The Unmarked Witch by Miranda Lynn, which will be on my Kindle, but we have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, The Sacrifice Box by Martin Stewart, Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan, Her Dark Curiosity from Megan Shepherd, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. That's a twist. That one's a twist. Brandon Sanderson's The Hero of Ages, and finally, in not Death by Coffee, but Death by Vanilla Latte by Alex Erickson, which is book 4 in the series. I am very excited about all these reads, and I can't wait to get started on them. I'm definitely excited that it is spooky season and autumn is here, and little by little the temperature is going down, and I can't wait to really curl up with some of these books and read during this season. So let me know what readathons you are planning to join in on. Are you joining in on Spookopoly and Spookoplathon? Let me know. Leave me a comment with a coffee cup emoji if you've made it this far, and I wish you all the best for the autumn season and for October. Happy reading, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!